Hi everyone, it's Mari from Doodles da Mari on Instagram, and today I have sort of like a planner review video. So I'm just gonna go over the planners that I used for October 2022 and see what was working, what wasn't, my thoughts on each one of those. It's gonna be a little bit repetitive, I would say, from the previous one, just because it's pretty much the same ones that I was using in September. I'm still using most of them. But let's just see, if I have anything in particular to say about those. So this is my everyday carry planner. This is the one that I write everything regarding my personal and work um, schedule and things to do. And I'm not going to show a spread here just because there are some sensitive information, but I do have another video in which I placed some photos of a few spreads that I could actually show here. But what I wanted to say here is that I've been writing down the pen and ink that I've been using each month in this planner. And for October, I actually used my Twisby Echo White with a medium nib, inked with Organic Studios Henry David Thoreau. And this is a super sheening ink. This was my first time using a super sheening ink, and I have to say I loved it. As you can see here, it smudges a lot, so it took me a few maybe weeks to get used to it and not smudge things too much, but I really like just the fact that I'm able to see it drying down and the sheening starting to appear. I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun ink to use in my everyday planner. And then I think the second one would be this one. This is my long handwriting journal. I'm still using, let me see, this one. This one is the daily stickers, so it has pretty much one sticker per day of the year, and this has been helping me a lot to keep up with my journal. So nothing new here. I actually did a flip through of this for September, so the idea is pretty much the same. Uh, this would be October here. So I just do like a calendar as a starting page for October. And then for October, I used my Sailor Lecole in a medium fine. And it was inked with Diamond Oxblood just because I wanted a little bit more red, just because it was October, right? So Halloween, and I thought, Oxblood red would be a good ink for Halloween month. Um, and the stickers are actually from Kyoko Studio. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. I tend to write just one paragraph per day, and I try to use this as a practice for my cursive handwriting. So I tend to write in print in my other journals and planners. So this is pretty much the only place that I actually try to write in cursive. Um, I did a lot of retrospective journaling for October. For some reason, I wasn't really sitting down in the end of the day to write something in this journal. But I also wasn't like too far behind in this journaling either. It was, I think, maybe at most like 3 days behind. So what I was doing pretty much was, okay, if I'm not sitting down at night to write down what happened throughout the day, I would tend to write maybe in the next morning or something along those lines. So I had a lot of retrospective journaling instead of like real-time journaling. But it's okay. It's still working fine for me. I had some mistakes as well. So because I was doing a lot of retrospective journaling, I ended up writing about Wednesday on the Tuesday, and then I decided to write Tuesday on the Wednesday. And so I just didn't want to cross anything out, so I just made a note here and highlighted saying that this journaling is actually referring to the other day. Um, because again, this is just for me to sit down and write something every day, right? So nothing really important. But that's pretty much it for October in my long handwriting journal. Still working pretty well. And then the next one I think would be this one. So this is my ink journal. I've been using this notebook in a passport size from Paper Penguin Co. And this was Cosmo Airlight paper. And then in mid to the end of October, I actually received this notebook from Create with Pen. This is Tomoe River paper. And I really wanted to move into this one. So I started using this one a lot, just to, use it up, right? So if we flip through October here, we're gonna see a lot of pages, more than I usually use in a month, just because I wanted to move into the new journal. But I just do some ink testing. So this is Henry David Thoreau, the one that I was using in my everyday carry. It's super sheeny. It's a very pretty ink, a little bit messy as you can see in terms of smudging. But then I also, every ink that I'm kind of feeling, or if I'm thinking about or considering inking it in a pen, I will try to do an ink test before I ink it up. Then I have some like wish lists. I have some pen and ink combination thoughts. I have quite a few of those. So I was trying to, you know, make sure that the ones that I have inked up currently, I would write something down regarding my thoughts on that pen and ink combination, just in case someday I want to come back and look what I was thinking. I also have a pen club meeting, what to bring. So I was thinking about things that I could bring to the pen club meeting that I actually ended up not attending, unfortunately, for October. But then I also have a currently ink spread that I have a video here on the channel, and then more pen and ink combination thoughts. I really like to do that. I also made a list of things that I need to, inks that I need to swatch in my coloring or that I need to swatch on my pocket planner, which is this one that kind of serves like an ink catalog instead of like an ink journal. And then this was the Ferris Wheel Press November care package for the Jubilee program. So I think by the time this video is up, all of these inks will have been released. Otherwise, I will just blur things out so you don't see them in advance. But I just swatched those. And then this is my coworker actually gave me a couple of ink charger sets from Ferris Wheel Press, which was super fun and super unexpected. So I was so excited that I just came home and I immediately swatched it. So yeah, I love the colors. Bluegrass Velvet is one that I'm already using in my long handwriting journal, and I'm really loving this ink. It has a little bit of sheen, like a red sheen, but it's a really beautiful ink. And then Lady Rose is one that I have been trying to use on my food log um, type planner. And I have to be honest, I don't really love this ink so much in a pen. I'm using this in a foodie pen, and it's still very light. So I think in order for me to be able to read it, I think I actually need to use this with a dip pen. So I think my regular pens are not gonna be bold enough for this ink because it's super, super light. And then I have more ink testing. This is Ferris Wheel Press Twinkling Tea Party, another ink test here. And then this is just a few notes, right? Because I just wanted to highlight and say that it was interesting that it bled through with the deep pen and with the broad nib pen. Um, so I wonder if I was just pressing down too much, or if this is an ink that will give me a little bit of trouble with other types of paper as well. Um, and then other things that I wanted to do, a few ink swatches, what did I want to bring to my new ink journal, and that's it. I didn't use the last page, but I think, that's a win for me, having just one page left, I think that's enough. So this was my old ink journal, and then I moved into my new ink journal, which I actually have a video here as well. But basically, I'm just using it for the currently inked again for October, and this was October 31st. I did some pen testing also in October. Uh, Again, pen and ink testing. And then this is already November, so we don't need to we don't need to go over this part. But I'm still enjoying quite a bit to use my ink journal. I thought, the fact that this notebook is so tall that it would bother me to write, but for some reason when it's in like a traveler's or a folio cover like this, um, I tend to feel okay in just, writing like this. So I don't know. When it's like alone, just the notebook, it bothers me. But when I have this in my folio slash traveler's notebook cover here, uh, I'm fine with it. I don't know why. So this is the same one that I had before. I just sew, sew, sewed. I just sewed a pocket here for me to be able to fit this in. And that's it. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So Ink Journal is still working pretty well. And then the problematic journal, which is the my Hobonichi weeks that I use for memory planning or memory keeping. Um, I had some ideas from you guys to start um, journaling from the current week and work my way backwards. So that's what I'm trying to do. So this is how October turned out, and this is how September turned out. So I think I'm gonna flip through September and October just because, well, maybe we can do just October. Let's see if I have what I have journal journaled regarding October. So October would be 10, and yeah, so I still have a couple of weeks that I didn't journal, which I'm fine with. And then I started back journaling. I started journaling kind of backwards from the current week to the oldest week. So this is one of the most recent spreads that I did. I didn't film this, so this will not become a video. And then I did this one just because I was very inspired by Halloween. And then this one. So both of these are going to be videos in my channel, but this one I wasn't really in the mood to film, so I decided not to film because I'm just catching up, right? So the idea is that I will keep moving forward, and then if I have some time, I will go back and do an extra week that I'm behind. And again, because I have everything written down on my monthly view, I think I will be okay journaling this way, or I think this is a good plan. This is a good plan to catch up. And then regarding back pages, let me see. I think this was the last one that I showed from September. And then if we move to October, this is to September. But then for October, I just did 2 pages. Oh, 3 pages. And that's it. I didn't journal a lot on the back pages, but it's fine. And that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to be journaling in the current week again. So I think that's exactly what I needed. So again, thank you all for your um, suggestions. And I can't wait to start, feeling excited about journaling on this one again. So these are the 4 planners and journals that I use somewhat consistently in October. Um, Let me see. There were more in September that I moved out of here, just because, for example, let me see, my state park passport club, I haven't been camping and I won't camp throughout the winter, so this one won't get used anymore until next year. And what else? I think that's pretty much it, right? So yeah, it's still sort of working. I need to work out a few things. So, for example, when to journal in here, if I can find a better time for me to journal on this one. Although, retrospective journaling is not too bad either. Um, So it's sort of working, not 100%, but it's sort of working. And then this one, it's starting to work again. So I'm really excited about that one. So yeah, that was pretty much it what I have had for this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.